Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Shamong Township Committee meeting of February 3rd, 2026. Would you like to do the sunshine statement, please?
Please be advised proper notice of this meeting has been given in compliance of the Open Public Meetings Act.
Let's do the roll call and then we'll do the proclamation.
Mr. Diamond?
Here.
Mr. DeCroce?
Here.
Ms. Mazitis?
Here.
Mr. Southwick?
Here.
Mr. Woods?
Here. Can we ask young men, the Boy Scouts, to come on up and lead us, please, in the Pledge of Allegiance? And the leaders are welcome to come up as well. Come on up, go. So I'm getting to recognize a lot here. It's really good. Come on up. All right, who wants to start?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Luis. It is my great honor to once again give you a proclamation for the work. How many years have we been doing it? Like the troops? Or that? You were a young man when we started. Whereas the Indianville Boy Scout Troop 47 has volunteered their time to collect and recycle Christmas trees throughout the community as they perform their annual Christmas tree collection and mark the Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service on Saturday, January 10th. And whereas there were 24 volunteers and teams collecting 85 Christmas trees, total of 3.5 volunteer outfits, and saving numerous hours of labor with Shamong Township Public Works Day. And whereas the following should be commended for providing additional support: King's Farm and Distinguished Gardens Landscape. They're there every year, basically. Whereas the success of this project is due in part to the support and coordination of the Assistant Scoutmaster, George Massanikov. Very, get it right. Yeah. Massanikov. As well as each of the volunteers who gave of their time and resources in support of the project. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed, the Shamong Township Committee recognizes the Indianville staff, Indianville's Troop 47, for their community service of collecting and recycling the 2025 Christmas trees for the Township of Shamong. Thank you, boys. We really appreciate you. Stay and hold that. So.
Do you want to take one with yours?
Thank you, guys. Anybody want to say anything? Did anybody leave any money on the trees?
Scouts want to say anything? Yeah. So, as Scoutmaster, I'm Mike Pedroso. I want to say thank you to the township, mayor, and the committee for the opportunity for us to do this day of service. And I'm proud Scoutmaster. Boys did a great job. They worked hard. Wasn't warm out, although it wasn't quite as cold as it has been recently. But we appreciate the opportunity. We appreciate the generosity at King's Farm, not just for this event, but so many events that we have. And we thank the Gardens, Mr. John Capcio, who is also an assistant scoutmaster, for his continued generosity to the. But we're especially proud of the boys' efforts and service to the community.
Anybody else want to say anything? Thank you. If you guys don't, I know it's a school night, right? You have off tomorrow? No. Do we have the authority to give them off? If you don't stay, we understand. We appreciate what you got today. Thank you.
We're getting excited.
Yeah, really. At this point, we're thank you, Bob. Great to see you guys. At this point, we're going to open the meeting to the public for a public comment. Anybody have any questions or comments? Come on up to the microphone and state your name and address, and you will be heard. Okay, seeing and hearing none, we're going to close this portion of the meeting to public comment. and go to items for discussion and possible official action. Number one is the approval of the January 6, 2026 regular and reorganization meeting minutes. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the regular and reorg meeting minutes.
Thank you, ma'am.
I'll second it.
Thank you.
Ms. Poseidis?
Yes.
Mr. Woods?
Yes.
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Mr. DeCroce?
I'll abstain. Approval of the 2025 LoSAP. Any comments on that, Lisa?
And just to give an update, this year's a little different. This year we have the 2025 LoSAP, which is the award program that's given to the volunteer firefighters of the Indian Mills Volunteer Fire Company and the Tabernacle Rescue Squad volunteers who live in Shamong and volunteer on TRS. So this year, it will only be the Indian Mills volunteer that qualifies for it. Due to TRS moving over to the paid employees, they now won't qualify for this volunteer program. So this amount will be a little less this year. It's $29,317, and that goes up based off of the CPI increase of 2.7%.
And is this a savings over last year?
Yes.
And if so, can you give us,
Yeah, it's
approximate?
they were about 4,000 last year.
all right, great. Anybody have any questions or comments? If not, can we have a motion, please?
Make a motion.
Thank you.
I'll second.
David Diamond got it first.
I'll second.
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Mr. Woods?
Yes.
Ms. Poseidis?
Yes.
Mr. DeCroce?
Yes, next is the approval of the Burlington County Aerial Mosquito Control for 2026 and for the township clerk to execute all related documents. I would think this cold is going to kill all the mosquitoes.
Yeah. We would hope so. So they plan on, this is the annual contract, so we always have to reapprove it. They send us this around this time of year. So the 2026 contract will run April 1st to November 30th. Usually it's in the open space areas, but if they will be over residential, they will reach out directly to the residents. And additional information on the West Nile and the pesticides that they will be using is available in the clerk's office if anybody's interested on taking a look at that or getting a copy.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions or comments? If not, can we have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Mr. Woods?
Yes.
Ms. Poseidis?
Yes.
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Mr. DeCroce?
Yes, next is the 2026 Emergency Services Tabernacle Rescue Squad. So this is, at this point, I guess we're still discussing about having a subcommittee. And we're looking for a couple members of the board, of the committee, who want to sit on that committee. And we also are looking for Charlie Bergen and John Lyons to participate in that. Mr. Bergen is here. Would that be something you'd be willing to do? And then, and John agrees as well. And Doug, are we permitted to have somebody from the public join us in that? And if so, is that wise?
So typically, if you're going to be deliberating and providing advisory, so we're going to have basically an advisory subcommittee who's going to come back then and advise the full committee. The advisory board has the ability to meet without having a quorum, and therefore we don't have to notice meetings, have public present, all the open sunshine law issues. And there's utility in that, right? So typically, depending on what you're trying to accomplish, you want to have up to 2 governing body members. Sometimes you have somebody from administration. If you want to pull professionals, you kind of sort of do have some public, quote unquote. But I think it's up to the full committee if they want to include anybody else. And the other thing I would say too is that generally speaking, you want to make it a reasonably enough sized group that you can have meetings and not have everybody like trying to match schedules up and have too many people involved.
Okay, what's your opinion about the appropriateness of having somebody from Tabernacle Rescue Squad sit on the board?
So I think the whole point, if I understand, I thought the point of the establishing something was that so there would be discussion with Tabernacle Rescue Squad. So I would say maybe if you want to have a liaison that you just bring in for certain things without having a full-on meeting, that might be appropriate. But for the actual establishment of the board itself, it seems to me it should just be Shamong people who are going to then meet with TRS.
Okay. Anybody on the board have any questions or comments?
Is there anybody here that would be willing to serve?
If, depends on the meeting, afternoons, or,
Well, we'd make it,
weekends,
we would
nights,
make it on
whatever.
your schedule.
Okay, yeah, if it's after, that's fine.
When are you available? From midnight till 6 a.m.? Any feedings during that time?
Anytime after work hours, how about that?
All right, I'm sure we can
If you want a
accommodate that.
second, I'll-
The baby sets the schedule. I know, we know that.
Yeah. Now, Doug, am I able to participate on that with 2 other members, or that brings us over?
It should be, if you want to be on it, it would be one other member and you. If you're not going to be on it, then it'd be two other members, but it can only be 2 of the 5. Otherwise we have a quorum.
Understood.
You're welcome to.
All right, thank you,
Yeah,
Megan.
I just figured that we should have 2, people from.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Not a problem.
All right, so Committeeman Woods and I will be on the board, as well as Mr. Bergen and Mr. Lyons. And we would invite council to participate in that as well.
Oh.
And so do we need to have a vote on that?
I think it would be good to have a motion, yes.
And just to clarify, would I be included so I can
Yeah.
get everyone's schedule? Okay, thank you.
And we'll go by Brian's calendar.
It's okay, no, don't mean to be needy, just.
You're not needy.
New.
You've got 2 new babies, so you
Yeah.
can do whatever you want. It's like being over, I say, if you're over 80, you can say whatever you want. If
Yeah.
you're over 90, you can do whatever you want. If you have 2 new babies, you're pretty much called a shot. So,
Thank you, okay, appreciate it.
so we need a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Thank you.
Who got first?
Megan, I
Megan.
think.
Ms. Macias?
Yes.
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
Mr. Woods?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
And Mr. DeCroce?
Yes, next is the Borough, thank you all. Next is the Borough Code GIF Fund Commissioners Report of January 20th, 2026. Lisa, you want to give us some details on that?
The 2026 meeting in January was the reorganization meeting. We have 0 lost time accidents for Shamong as of year to date, November 30th, 2025. Again, this year, they're going to offer elected official training to qualify for a $250 reduction per attendee. So I will get you more information when we have that information, but everyone did that last year, and that was a great refund back for us. The first billing installment was due by February 17th, so that's just gone out. The safety kickoff breakfast will be March 31st, which Joanne always attends, and a member of our Public Works Department will attend with her. I've been appointed for the subcommittee for 2026 of the Safety Committee, so I look forward to serving on that. The 2026 Safety Incentive Program was due on February 20th, and Joanne's already completed that. This year, again, they are recommending transitional duty to combat the rising cost of workers' compensation claims. So we do have policy in place for that. If we ever cross that bridge, we will look into transitional duty for any employees. Our Shamong EPL compliance is 100%. And this month, I will work on getting everyone the mandatory cyber training required. Right now, we're only at 33%. It's so our deductible doesn't go up to 110,000. They had some trouble at the end of the year. They were doing upgrades to their system. They were switching over to a new system, so it wasn't available. And I've been trying to get in, and I can't even get in myself. So as soon as we figure out what the problem is, we'll send it out to anybody who hasn't completed that training yet. And the next meeting is 3 p.m. Tuesday, February 17th.
Okay, great. Anybody have any questions or comments? Okay, we don't need a motion on that?
No.
All right, number 6 is the New Jersey Strong Coastal Coalition, which is requesting our support. They are basically an organization that is in favor for the development of nuclear power in the state of New Jersey as a means of providing reliable, carbon-free electricity at affordable cost to New Jersey ratepayers in order to serve our taxpayers and residents in a better situation. If you looked at your electric bills recently, they're pretty outrageous. And part of that reason is there are a number of coal plants that have been ordered to be shut, and also the nuclear power plants, I think 2 in New Jersey, were shut down.
Yeah, great.
Right. So this is something I'm in favor of, and I'm, question the board to see their opinions about what they want to do.
I mean, nuclear supplies like I think over 40% of all of our energy in New Jersey through the Salem power plants, and I would love to see the reactor get back online in Oyster Creek. I think that made a big dent in these price increases we're seeing. So I mean, I've always been pro nuclear.
Yeah, and I heard that we weren't producing enough for our state's demands and we were buying
We're
from
buying
out
from out
of
of-
state.
you're
and
right,
that's why
Megan.
the prices just keep going up and, if we can produce it ourselves.
Good point.
And what is this coalition looking for? Just our endorsement or?
Right, there are a number of,
Our endorsement.
there are a number of towns, more than 70 now, that have endorsed this. And they're just looking for endorsement. It won't have any effect whatsoever, other than we'll be on a list that says we support their efforts to bring online safe nuclear power. And now they're talking about these little power plants that'll fit in this room.
Yeah.
That can power, little cities. So I think that's the way of the future.
I have a friend that's in that business. He's more than licensing and spent fuel, but he was talking about that. They could take a car and flip it on the edge. And it's futuristic, but think of a diesel generator for an emergency situation. The future will be you'll be able to take this nuclear small reactor and move it to where it's needed. It's like I say, it's a futuristic, but that's where the future's going.
Well, we're well beyond, what was the movie? China Syndrome. Anybody out here remember that? With Jane Fonda and Jack Lemmon, who else? I forget the other guy that was in there, but great movie. But that put the kibosh, that and 3 Mile Island, which occurred in I'm going to say 74, when I was at Penn State. And we had a giant party there because the wind was blowing the other way. So far, we've all survived. Anybody else have any comments about that?
Yeah, I think the point of this is just to send it to the governor, along with all the other towns, so Governor Sherrill knows how much support it has. That's probably the only thing this is gonna do.
Yeah. I'm in favor of that.
Okay, so it sounds like, why don't we have a motion and then we'll take a vote?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
Thank you.
Mr. Southwick,
Yes.
Mr. Woods,
Yes.
Ms. Poseidis.
Yes.
Mr. Diamond
Yes.
and Mr. DeCroce.
Yes, approval of the environmental resolutions, proposal of the engineering services related to NJDOT year 2026 municipal aid grant for Atsign Road Phase 4 at a cost not to exceed $31,100, and for the township acting clerk to execute all related documents. Joe, you want to give us anything on that?
Well, we received a grant from DOT for about $235,000 to do the next phase of that sign road. This is the proposal for engineering services. This is the max. It's not to exceed, so we'll have to do our best to come under that amount, but that is the proposal for now for the engineering. If we don't spend that 235 on construction, if we get favorable bids and it's lower, there is a portion of the engineering that is reimbursable by the grant. So usually we look to maximize the grant money with construction, so we can pave as much as we can pave. But in the case that we get favorable pricing coming under, like we did on phase 3, then we can get some of that money back.
Okay, awesome. So once again, we're able to get some money from the state to pave those roads without using taxpayer funds, which we're very appreciative of, but it's also coming right out of your gas tax, which just went up in January again. If you noticed, it went up, 4 cents per gallon? And now we're one of the higher states. We're not catching up to California yet, but we still get our gas pumped, which is one reason to live in New Jersey. Anybody have any questions or comments of Joe on that? And we appreciate your work, Joe. If not, can we have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, Dave.
I'll second.
Mr. Diamond,
Yes.
Ms. Poseidis.
Yes.
Mr. Woods.
Yes.
Mr. Southwick,
Yes.
Mr. DeCroce.
I vote yes. Next is an update on the Pierce Pumper Fire Truck. And we have Charlie Bergen here.
Well, it's still under construction. They moved the date of the visit to the first week in March. March the 2nd. We're gonna find out a little better this week because the sales is out there now. So nothing like going to Appleton, Wisconsin in the first week of March. There's gonna be a little bit of snow on the ground, probably more than here. But it's progress.
Okay.
We do get progress pictures every couple of weeks. And we're seeing some movement. I mean, it's been painted, they're putting the big pieces together now. So hopefully we'll have it by the end of March.
Okay, great.
What's the what do you try to do? Do you take it for a spin? Do you Make sure, squirt the hose with you.
Yeah,
with
we'll work that out.
you. Okay. You'd have some fun with it,
It's been a long time coming, but. I mean,
Been working on this a long time.
October of 22.
which is pretty amazing, actually.
So, yeah,
Do they have a promise date yet?
not officially, like I said, we're supposed to go out there the first week in March. So it has to be shipped here, and then it goes to Fire and Safety Services up in North Jersey to be fixed up, finalized, whatever, and things mounted on it, and then it comes to us. So I'm hoping by end of March, early April, we'll have it in-house.
And are you guys actually going to go out and look at it?
Yeah.
You and John?
Part of the contract is 4 members go out, look over the truck. At that point, first week in March, it's supposed to be like 99% done. Go over, make sure it's filed, you know, everything on the spec is in it. And that's kind of a formality, I think, but.
Okay, great. Thank you. Anybody have any questions or comments of Charlie?
I just wanted to add that we plan to include this in the bill list for March, on March 3rd. That way we have the check ready because it is collect on delivery. So we're just going to keep the check available so that way we can get it to them when they need it.
Perfect. It's good news to you, Charlie?
Is that the normal wait for a truck? 4 years, that's a long time.
It's worse now, yeah, it's.
It was COVID.
We're
It
here
was-
5 years for some trucks now. And plus.
And much more money.
The money we paid for this truck
Yeah.
in 2022, 826,000, I believe. That is now over $1 million for the same truck.
So maybe we should sell it, Charlie, and get a profit?
Yeah, they just did a big report on it that it was like over what 1.1 or 2 for the average truck and over 5 years to make. So it's bad, but it's getting worse.
So about 4 years before this one goes, we should put a purchase order in to get a couple $100,000.
What we have now is a 2010, I believe.
Hmm.
So NFPA says 20 years, you put it to pasture and you make it a reserve vehicle. 25 years, you get rid of it. Problem with that is, the one we got rid of was a 2000. That's in service in Virginia right now, they're using it. But NFPA says you can't use it when it's out.
Hmm.
So, guess people are using it, they're not following NFPA, so as long as, like any car insurance, leave car insurance until something happens.
Right.
If something happens, they wanna know why you didn't file the NFPA rules.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of a catch-22.
This would be a good project for the senator to look into.
You can tell them yourself. I know.
Got it.
I have a new job.
You should follow NFPA, so,
Got it.
we're stuck with it.
Thank you, Charlie. Appreciate the update. Next is to appoint Lisa Jordan as the acting clerk as redactors for Daniel's Law.
This is just as Sue retired, so all of our other heads of the departments are already in on as redactors for the Daniels Law. So this is just granting me the access so I can have that.
Okay, and you need a motion for
Yes,
that?
please.
Yes, please. Anybody?
I'll make a motion to appoint Lisa.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Ms. Mositas?
Yes.
Mr. Woods?
Yes.
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Mr. DeCroce?
Yes, next is an employee educational seminar request for Lisa Jordan, who's the administrator and acting clerk, to attend the MCANJ 2026 Education Conference, which this year is being held on February 25th and 26th. The cost of the conference and travel covered by the employee.
I'm not asking for any coverage for the cost of the conference and travel because it won't be used towards credits because I'm acting still, so I can't earn credits, but it's just for educational purposes. There's some really good seminars on there.
Okay, great. So you're
Yeah.
giving us an update about that, and thank you for your contribution.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Next is the nonprofit budget request for 2026. I see Neil is here. Neil, do you want to say anything about that? What's your concept?
So this was actually brought up at the end of last year and then again discussed at the January 27th meeting. And Brian had asked at that meeting to put a little bit more detail on what Boys Cause actually does. So in front of you guys, you should have a letter from Boys basically summarizing what we do for the township. So Paws Course came about originally in 2020. But then in 2023, something happened. I was elected to the board. And as part of the board, you get a stipend. So we were looking at what can we do with that money and give it back to the community. And that's how the pet pantry came about. So basically the stipend that I received from the township went directly into Paws Course and was used to buy pet food that we then distributed to people in the township who were needy. That's continued. I've given you guys a budget in the package. I think first year we did around 20, it's in here, 2,500 is up to close to 3,000 for 2025. We're projecting just over 3,000 expenses in 2026. We've already seen a huge influx of people coming to the pet pantry, which happens every 2 weeks. So this is something that is for us. We have to fund it every 2 weeks, basically. And what we're looking for is, since I'm no longer in the township, don't get that stipend anymore, just a continuation of the funding and see if the township has any inclination to basically keep it going. And that's why I'm here.
All right, great. I know you mentioned that last year, or one of our last meetings.
At the
that's
last
our open
meeting, we were
session.
discussing, yeah.
And you do a lot of great work for the town, and we really appreciate
Yeah.
that.
So that was it. So if you guys have any questions on what
Thank you
Paws
for-
Course does, what Pet Pantry does, I'm here to answer anything.
Thank you. Thank you for the comprehensive report. That was very helpful. And we appreciate that on behalf of all our residents. Anybody have any questions or comments, Anil? Okay, and does anybody have any questions or comments about the proposal to have a nonprofit budget entry for people like Neil?
Yeah, this is my personal viewpoints. Just philosophically, I know Neil's a man of character, and it's a great organization, as are others. I just feel like a nonprofit should be up to the individual. I just feel like as a board member, I shouldn't be spending people's money for nonprofits. This is my viewpoint, regardless of the quality of the nonprofit.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? How
Yeah.
much? Go ahead.
No, yeah, thank you for doing this, for putting this together, Neil, and for the nonprofit you run. If I was going to get on board with something like this, the way, I mean, I would do it is to create a grant where any nonprofit can apply to every year and make it a rotating thing where the same one doesn't get it for maybe 3 to 5 years, and that way it gives a fair chance for everyone. I just wouldn't want it to make it seem like, we're giving money to somebody we know, stuff like that. So that's not saying we have to do that, but if I was going to do something like this, I think I would want it to be an open process for any nonprofit that might, want to participate. So that's just my 2 cents.
Anybody else? So my feelings are that, because you're on the board,
Mhm.
we're being tugged every day.
Yeah.
We're trying not to raise taxes. I love what you do. I'll support what you do. But as Committeeman Southwick indicated, I don't think it's fair for us to get taxpayer money and provide it to any organization. And I would think that if we were to do it, we would want to give food to humans before we give it to the pets, although I'm an animal lover. But or churches or what. So my point is what Mike says, I agree with, is that we need to go out and find the people who are going to fund this stuff. Just like the Boy Scouts have to do, and the firehouse has to do, and TRS has to do.
I will point out that you do fund the fire department, though,
Well, we do. We don't need houses on
and the
fire.
EMS and a bunch of other
That's true.
groups.
Can we, would you be willing to give back your money, Charlie, so that we can do something else?
So with my stipend,
How about
I'll have that direct deposited to Paws Course.
Very nice. I don't think anybody heard you. Want to say it louder?
Take my committee stipend and donate
Thank
it
you.
directly.
Very generous.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Megan. There you go.
Thank
And what about what about the coin drop? I'll stand on a corner and do some coin dropping. That's always
Thank you, Neil. Appreciate it.
no. Okay, all right. That's not.
Well, if you would like to do a coin drop, you'll
Yeah, what
we know
about-
how to do that.
Have you done a coin drop for the Paws Course? If it's something you're interested in, I mean, I'd get out there and volunteer. So
I would go out.
So, and we just don't want to make that the nickel toll road, right? I mean,
Yeah, well, that's happened.
People.
Thank you, Neil. Appreciate it. All right, next is the approval of the following annual contracts for the Township Acting Clerk Administrator to execute all documentation. The 2026 seasonal well testing at Dingletown Pace and Analytical Services, the 2026 portable restroom units at the recreational fields Star General, the 2026 irrigation parts service at the recreation fields, AT&T Sprinklers, and last, the 2026 cemetery lawn care, MVP lawn service. If anybody has any questions or comments, do you have any comments, Lisa?
Yeah, I can just give a quick update. We're luckily able to use the same companies that we've been using. We're the lowest bidders. Pace Analyticals only increased $108 for their main price and then $15 per sample. Our Star General was flat for 2024 and 2025 at 90, so they've only gone up $5 for us this year. A&T Sprinklers has only gone up just a few dollars. They were previously at $63 an hour, so it's only $2. And the Pinelands Memorial Park Cemetery Lawn Care, 2024 and 2025, they had a flat fee of $300, so they just went up $10 per cut. So small increases.
All right, excellent. Anybody have any questions or comments? If not, can we have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Mr. Woods?
Yes.
Ms. Placitas?
Yes.
Mr. DeCroce?
Yes, next is the Joint Land Use Board Committee appointments for a one-year term. For the mayor will be myself, will expire 12/31/26, and the Township Committee member, Class 3, is vacant. And the reason that is there's so many people on that board. I think we're up to 13. If you come in here and you want to do a project in Shamong, you've got 26 eyeballs looking at you, and everybody wants to contribute. And I'm trying to make this a more business-friendly environment. So I'm asking some of the current people that are on the board that if they want to become alternates or throttle down, let us know and we'll make that happen. I appreciate what they do. I'm just trying to make this a little more business friendly and make it a little more streamlined. For the mayor's appointment for Joint Land Use Board to 1 year, I'm again appointing Heather McGarvey, and her term will expire 12/31/26. And I originally didn't appoint her because I wanted to try and whittle down our board. So I'll put that out there, and the board I'll be in touch with them to see if anybody wants to throttle down a little bit and see if we can make it more business friendly. Do we need a motion for that?
On the committee appointment.
Yep. Can we have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Mr. Woods?
Yes.
Ms. Placitas?
Yes.
Mr. Southwick? Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Mr. DeCroce?
Yes. Next, the resolutions. I'll try and move quickly. 2026 R-32 is a resolution to apply and obtain for the year 2026 local recreation improvement grant through the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs. Joe?
Yes, so we had a meeting a couple weeks ago out in the freezing cold to look at the fields, and we came up with a scope of work. It's actually attached to the back of my engineer's report that you all have a copy of. But we have some field improvements to Baker Field and some batting cage improvements. We have some parking lot improvements. We have basketball court improvements to the restrooms for ADA compliance, some signage, and then some repairs to the pickleball lighting. So that whole scope comes out to about $110,000, which is what we were going to make an application for.
Okay. Is there any way we can finagle money for the snack stand out of that?
I don't know. This is the scope that we have for now, but once we get a grant, we can revisit the scope,
Okay, because that would be
depending on
something.
how much is available.
Yeah, that's something that we've talked about in the past, and that's a need that they have, and that's a lot of money.
It's
So
a
if we-
revenue generator, unlike all these other.
It's a big
Exactly.
revenue generator.
Exactly, so.
Understood.
All right, thank you. Do we need an individual motion? Can we do all these three and resolutions in a blanket?
You can do them all if you, together if you want,
Perfect.
whatever you prefer, unless one of the governing body members would like to vote on something separately.
Got it. So let me know if anybody has any objection to that. Next is 2026 R-33, which is a resolution which authorizes a change order to number 1 to Arawak Paving, Inc., related to the Atsign Road Phase 3 project.
Yes, so this, we did receive favorable pricing for this project, which was below our grant award. So we were able to increase the limits of our paving and we increased the project by 12% basically to do more paving with the money that we were granted.
That's great news. Okay. Anybody have any questions or comments about that? And the next is 2026R-34. This is a resolution which authorizes the release of permanence bond and the acceptance of a maintenance bond for the Atsign Road Phase 3 project, which was completed by Arawak Paving Company, Inc.
Yeah, so this formally closes out the project. It releases their performance bond and accepts a maintenance bond, which is good for 2 years. I was just looking at the date, so you will have a guarantee of that work until December of 2027. So that maintenance bond is more or less what you're accepting, and you're accepting the project as is
Okay,
for
great.
now.
Anybody have questions or comments? If not, can we have a motion for 32, 33, and 34?
I'll make a motion for 32, 33, and 34.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Ms. Poseidis?
Yes.
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
Mr. Woods?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Mr. DeCroce?
Yes, next we're going to ordinances 2026-1. This is the second reading and a public hearing calendar year 2026 for an ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank pursuant to NJSA 40A:4-45-14. This was published in the Pine Barrens Tribune on January 7th, 2026. Doug or Lisa, you want to give us an update?
No updates. This is just an annual ordinance that we do this time of year to make the surplus available.
Yeah, I will just say that the title sounds worse than it is. We're not actually exceeding anything, and every town adopts this. It's a standard auditor recommended course of action. It's a wise actual fiscal management for the township. So don't let the name throw you off.
Got it.
Thank you.
Anybody have questions or comments? If not, can we have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
Thank you.
Mr. Woods?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
Ms. Poseidis?
Yes.
Mr. DeCroce?
Yes, next is 2026-2, which is the second reading and public hearing regarding the salary ordinance, which was also published in the Pine Barrens Tribune on January 7th, 2026. Anybody have any questions or comments about that?
And this is, as I said in the last meeting, this is the same. This is just an annual. But given what we had a change in staff last year, so right now we're well within the ranges of what we need.
Questions or comments? If not, can we have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
Ms. Poseidis?
Yes.
Mr. Woods?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Mr. DeCroce?
Yes, next is the approval of the bill list, which was attached to everyone's packet. In this month, it's $2,606,696,084. How come it's so high?
I caught my eye. I was like, it's the same thing. Being new, and I our payment to the account for the payment.
Yes.
Let's put it over.
Lisa, you want to give us a breakdown what this money's
Yes, I'd be
going?
happy to. So
Quick,
the
listen to this, because we're in the land of the free. You know, I used to give out candy when I was invited to when you guys were little over at the school. And the teacher said, bring some candy for your Halloween presentation. And here was my presentation. Put out all the candy. And I'd say, everybody come up and get some candy. And now bring it back to your seat. Now bring it back and give it back to me. And that's communism. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do with it. Next, I say, okay, come up, get your candy. Come up, get your candy. All right, bring like 60 or 70% back. And that's socialism, because you get to keep a third, and then we'll tell you what to do. And the last was, oh, we're in capitalist in America. Here's your candy. You can keep it. Oh, but there's this thing called taxes that I got to talk to you about. And so you got to give me some of the candy back. So this is a problem, right? When you're ready to vote, remember that nothing is free, right? And we still are, I think, in the land of the free, and we're trying to make it freer, especially in this town. Okay.
So our first quarter taxes to the county is $957,000. Our February payment to Lenape Regional High School District for taxes is $525,000. February Shamong Township Board of Ed taxes is $934,000. We had a large payment to Arawak for phase 2, so that's $46,379. That's one of the ones that we just approved tonight. And it is bad weather, so we've had to purchase quite a bit of salt. Morton salt is 21,000. So after all that's deducted, our operating expenses is $121,525.
So young men, we run this town on about a nickel of a dollar. We take in a dollar and about 5 cents we run the town on. The rest goes for your schooling, so I hope you're studying because it's a lot of money that your parents are putting out. All right, with that comment, anybody have any comments they'd like to make? If not, then we have a motion.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
Thank you. If there's no second, we don't pay the bills.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Mr. Woods?
Yes.
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
Ms. Macias?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Mr. DeCroce?
Yes, all right, we're rounding third base. Now we go to our reports. Our Township Engineer, Joe Hirsch, good evening and welcome.
We've covered everything in my report, other than, I will just let you know that we are working with Lisa to update your, Rossi and open space map. So, do you remember the date of that last one that you sent me?
Oh,
It was very, very old.
very old.
All right.
So we're updating that map and I'll have that in a week or so.
All right.
But otherwise, we've covered all the projects that we're working on.
Thank you,
Current-
Joe. Yeah, great job.
you.
Township Solicitor, good evening. Doug Heinold, how are you?
Good evening. Want to report on Bighorn Solar tonight. And if you recall, probably early summer, we had a great leap forward with Atlantic City Electric, thanks to some efforts behind the scenes to get a meeting. And I feel like tonight is the first night since then where we have another significant move forward. I was on a conference today. I'll just, as a background, I will let you know that Steve Soapy and his wife, who often comment, are not here tonight. We're actually in the hallway when I first got here to thank the township for all it's doing on this project. They already got the update I'm about to give because they have actually gotten so frustrated with the situation out at Murphy's Pit that they hired counsel, and their counsel was on this discussion today with Steve Goen, Bighorn's counsel. And basically, they are in the process of entering into a formal agreement of sale. Their prior document that they've been operating has been an option that they've been renewing. They expect to be under agreement shortly and close within a couple of months. Once they close, the great benefit to us is that they are willing to proceed right away with fencing off the property.
Awesome.
With the fencing that they intend to do for the solar project. They have their interconnection approval relative to the landfill site, and they're anticipating this month getting the same thing on the Bighorn on the Murphy's Pit site. The timeline then is that if they close, they're hoping to close around May, and then be in before our board for approvals, our joint land use board. As you know, we previously set up the zoning to permit what they're proposing, so that should be a fairly straightforward process. The community within 200 feet will get notice. I would think most of them will be in favor, if not all of them in favor of what's happening. So it should be, again, a pretty smooth process before the board. There were some other discussions about maybe some things that could be done in the interim in terms of felling a few trees to block off some established points of trespass. They're going to take that back to Sellers Council and have a discussion about whether that could be achieved in the interim. But essentially, they're, really sort of rounding third on this. And the other benefit that I'll just remind you and the public is not only will we have solar on Murphy's Pit in the landfill, we'll get compensation from Bighorn Solar for the landfill piece because we had the tax liens on it, which we assigned to them. And that's something we should probably talk about as you go through the budget process, whether you can anticipate this year, and it might actually help your budget analysis this year. And then the other thing is there is a balance of that property that is fairly significant. And it's been a while since I looked at it, but I want to say it's over 100 acres, maybe up to 120. That is forest. It's zoned forest under pinelands. It really has no development capacity whatsoever. And so Bighorn has talked about once they get through the development approval process, subdividing off that portion and essentially donating it to the township.
How close does that get us to where we need to be?
Well, I want to get Jay before he retires to do that calculation one more time for us. But my recollection is we were like 300 acres away. If this puts a dent into a third or maybe even a half of it, then I think we got to start looking around again more seriously, considering use of our open space fund and whether it makes sense to expend some money from that to push our acreage over that threshold. And the threshold we're talking about is 60% of the acreage in the town would be either state-owned or in some conservation ownership. And because of that, what we are supposed to get paid under the state pilot statute for those types of lands jumps from $10 an acre to $20 an acre. So we would double our annual pilot payment from the state, assuming they honor what the statute says. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And I think it's pretty much clear in the statute what we're entitled to if that happens. So all things to be, worked through, but I think overall very good news for the township, for the residents who live right around the pit who've expressed a lot of concern about, the noise and trespass impacts that they've dealt with over the years.
It's great news. Thank you. Good
Okay.
job.
Very good.
Can we donate the parcel we have here that we used to use for the soccer fields and still use them? And
So I think what we should be looking at is there's acreage out there that we've looked at before. And again, we can do a short list with Jay that is going to be wetlands, forest zoned, or something like that, that's going to come in big blocks, acres, significant acreage. I know there's a fairly decent tract that sort of runs. If you recall, we did we got land for relatively cheap behind Packanaw and Lenape Woods. In that area, there's another parcel that's back there that's still privately owned that might be worth targeting. And again, I think there's enough out there. We might find some willing sellers and at reasonably priced acreage where it would give us a good bang for the buck.
okay. All right, great. Anybody have any questions or comments? Thank you, Doug. Anything further?
No, thank you.
All right, thank you. Next, we go to Lisa Jordan. Welcome, Lisa. She's our township administrator.
Thank you. So the auditors will begin work. They're actually coming tomorrow. I'm expecting them for the 2025 annual debt statement and annual financial statement. And will come back to complete their full audit field work. So hopefully we'll have a better picture this month, and the budget we'll put back on budget items for the March agenda on March 3rd. It was asked at one of the last meetings to give some information on the farmland preservation. So I'm working with Joe to get an updated map so we can have a better idea, because our map was, I think it was before 2010, was it? So it's been a while since we've had an updated map, but it was asked what route can anybody take if they're interested in preserving their farmland. So it's not something that we do here at the township, but I work with Jay, and he gave me some information, our tax assessor, on what routes anybody can take if they're looking to get that information. So I've put it right on our website under a new tab. It's called Open Space / Farmland Preservation. So that'll get anybody in the right direction if they're looking to look into that. There's lots of opportunities and all different criteria you can meet for that. The joint land use board applications have gone online. So the online portal's right on our website, right on the homepage. Public notices will begin next month, March 1st. We have an event coming up, the Curly Fern Enduro motorcycle event. This is going to be March 14th to the 15th. All required documents and insurance documents have been received, and John Lyons has approved with the emergency services. Emergency management services. Our rabies clinic is scheduled for Saturday, April 25th at IMMS. That's at the Memorial School on Indian Mills Road. That's rain or shine, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. So anybody who needs a rabies vaccine, it is free. And I believe we are getting, Joanne's working on, the local shelter had offered to do the,
Microchip.
thank you, microchipping. So we'll have that available and information closer to
Is
that
that
as
to be
well.
Dr. Dazen?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes, so we look forward to having him back. So that's a drive-through event. You don't have to get the animals out of the car. You can just drive right up and he'll take care of that. And the 2026 dog licenses are now available. So anybody that has dogs over 6 months would need to get them registered here at the township. It's $12 or $15 depending on if they're spayed or neutered. So you can come right here to get that form to fill out. And I just wanted to let the public know that we have a fraud alert on the website that we've added. It was suggested by Mr. Heinold that we had added something where we take applications and process any payments to just add a disclaimer. So we've added the alert to the website that Shamong Township is aware of increasing fraudulent emails purporting to be sent on behalf of local public entities. We don't request any payments via wire transfer. Sorry, Joanne's normally running Zoom from home. Residents are advised to verify any incoming emails from the township, which ends in @shamong.net, or our new software, noreply@govpilot.net. So if you're not sure, give us a call. We'll verify if we've actually reached out to you for any type of payment. Usually payments are only taken at the time of your application, which you would know because you're putting it in at that time, or if you maybe have an escrow. So anything else, please reach out. Don't just make any payments.
Great. Thank you. Anybody have any questions or comments for Lisa? Okay. Thank you all. Before we open up the meeting back to public comment, I just want, actually, a couple more. We're trying to get out of here by 8:30. I see Dave back there scowling at me. So first we're going to go to Charlie, Indian Mills Volunteer Fire Company. Gave us the update on the big fire truck. Anything else going on?
No, we got a little issue with the door in the firehouse, but, working with, Lisa on that.
Is there a story behind that?
27 called last month,
How many?
7.
Okay.
We run dual response with Tabernacle, so if they have a call, we get called. If we have a call, they get called, we run together. So all 27 were not in Shamong, some of them were Tabernacle, some of them were not. We don't have a breakdown. Did you get a breakdown?
I don't think I did.
I'll give you a breakdown. I don't know.
We had a couple bad fires too.
Yeah, we just had a pretty good fire as a Tabernacle the other night.
Yeah, I saw that.
Hopefully.
All right. Thank you, Charlie. Stay safe. Appreciate it. Tabernacle Rescue Squad, the fourth quarter, end of year. David, you want to say anything about that? Welcome.
Hey, everybody.
Good evening.
I'm Dave Taylor, One Meeting House Court, captain with Tabernacle Rescue, life member and past chief of Shamong EMS. We've talked about our coverage issues that were problematic early in the year. They continue to improve. Our shift coverage for the month of January was 99.5%. We're open for 7 hours as a result of a last minute call out that we weren't able to cover. In addition to that, we covered second rigs for 24 hours, and the rescue truck, which is in Tabernacle only, is 22 hours. Our shift coverage to date for February, and we're the third of the month, we have 93% of our hours covered as of right now. That is better than in any month of last year, with the exception of December real time. So we're really making progress with that. Our calls for the month were 139. 38 of them were in Shamong, 65 Tabernacle, 15 in Southampton, 9 in Medford, 6 in Pemberton, 5 in Woodland, and 1 in Burlington. You've received our fourth quarter, as well as our final year-to-date 2025 reports. If you have any questions on those, I'd be happy to try and address those or get answers for you if I don't have answers for them now. I would like to say we've probably for close to 15 months, we've been trying to get a meeting with you guys to talk about where we're at, what we're trying to do. Our understanding was that this subcommittee would be meeting with representatives from TRS who are intimately involved in EMS operations to contribute to those conversations. And I must say, as a professional in that area, as well as a resident, I'm a little disappointed and frustrated that doesn't seem to be what's happening right now. I would love to talk to somebody and get an explanation for that. It just makes no sense to me.
Just to be clear, and I hope I'm being correct in when I say this, we formed a subcommittee to be able to have those meetings. Who Tabernacle Rescue Squad wants to send to meet with the subcommittee is up to TRS. So
Okay, well,
we're not.
I'm really glad to hear that. What I heard being said tonight was, TRS was not going to be part of those meetings.
No.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, Doug. What I was asking is, would it be wise for have you or a member of the TRS on the board, actually on the board, the committee?
Okay.
And that's not wise for
Okay.
the reasons that our solicitor has
I
said.
appreciate that
So
clarification.
now we have a
So
subcommittee
I
that's
feel
formed.
much more comfortable.
Good. And we have a subcommittee that's formed, and Lisa will be part of it, Doug will be part of it. And we'll now move ahead and have that discussion.
Look
So
forward to
thank
that.
you thank you for the report that you've given us, and we're pleased with the progress. And we also look forward to moving the ball forward and see what we can
Absolutely.
do together. Doug, I didn't mean to cut you short.
No, I think we've answered the question.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Dave.
I have
Appreciate
one
it.
question, David.
Yes.
When an EMT driver is working or and they're on call, are they in the station or do they go home?
For the
And come back
for the
to-
most part, they're in station. And typically, over the past years, as I said, I've been at this for 26 years now. Charlie can vouch for it. He's been doing it, I think, longer than I've been alive almost. Small towns, generally, everybody always came from home. We have when we went to paid staffing last year, as we hire new people, we're requesting people be in station. There are still a few people that are longtime members of Tabernacle Rescue Squad, who've been doing this for 25, 30, 35 years, coming from home, running untold hours, who are saying, I can still, I can be at the station, if I'm on duty, if I'm committed to being on a duty crew, I can be at the station in 4 hours, or excuse me, 4 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes. And, that's part of what has enabled us to accomplish what we've accomplished in the last 6 or 8 months. One thing, if you look at the response time figures, just off the top, well, we pulled out so I can answer your question accurately. If we look at last quarter, our response time for 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. calls was 4.2 minutes. If we look at that same stat year to date, which would include the fourth quarter, but also the first 3, it was 6.2 minutes. For all the years that I ran in Shamong, running from home, our goal was to have an ambulance rolling before we went to a third tap. So we get the first dispatch, we get a second dispatch 4 minutes in, and then if an ambulance didn't respond, then it would go from a duty crew response or duty crew dispatch to an all-call dispatch as well as mutual aid. So that would be roughly 8 minutes in. So, by that traditional standard, that 6.2 minutes is still within that range. But we've cut that down in the last quarter to 4 minutes. And that's specifically because we've added paid staff that is in-house, for the most part, people coming from out of town who are in station. So which is what has improved that response time.
But not every member that's paid. Some members go home and come to the station.
There are some of our members, and again, long time Tabernacle residents, Tabernacle members who are saying, I can give you lots of hours, but I can't be in station for 40 hours a week. But I can run a duty crew for 36 or 40 hours a week, but I'm going to come from home. And until, eventually we'll get to the point, hopefully, where, those people get tired and retire. And more importantly, we get enough staffing that we don't need to depend on that. But right now, the goal again is to do what we need to do to get that truck on the road in a prompt amount of time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Dave. Anybody have any questions of Dave? Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. It's
You're
nice to
welcome.
see you as well. I just want to say a comment before we open back up to public comment. I'm honored that the Boy Scouts are here tonight. And I want to thank you boys for coming out and staying the whole meeting. I hope you learned something. And please thank your parents on the way home that they care enough to bring you here and to allow you to participate in the Boy Scouts. We're really, we're honored that you're here and thank you.
Thanks, Rob.
All right, now we'll open the meeting up to public comment. Anybody have any questions or comments? Anything they want to say, just come up front. I always do. He's not here, so he doesn't get any honorable mention. Anybody here that wants to say anything on behalf of OEM? Okay, John's taking a break, a well-deserved break. Now we'll open the meeting up to public comment. All right, seeing and hearing none, I just want to say, yes, sir, come on up. You almost missed the boat.
I'm just here. I'm a resident, 19-year resident. I live on Meadowview Drive. I have a neighbor. I also know Joe and Doug as a professional. I'm a traffic engineer. I testified before many different boards. I just want to say
What is your name?
Andrew Franda. I'm sorry.
Andrew, welcome, Andrew.
Andrew
Nice to
Franda.
see you.
I appreciate what you do. I'm out here just to say thank you. I know how much time and dedication. I read the papers, 19-year resident. I follow what everyone's done. So I really do appreciate you have great professionals.
Absolutely.
I know them from different areas, different boards I've been to, work I've done with them, and they've reviewed my work as well. Just want to let you know, thank you very much for the snow plowing. I know there might be people who disagree with, what's been done. They go out at 1 a.m. in the morning. I watch them 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., plowing those roads so that we could get back to work the next day. This was a snow job that really needed some work. It was heavy, it was slushy, it was frozen. They did a good job. Some of the driveways got plowed in because they did the work later. That's just normal. Some people do their shoveling and they wake up and they see something, but at least the roads were there once they get through onto the road. So I definitely appreciate what the Public Works does for this township. They've always been good. I've seen other townships that don't do half the work that this township does. So I really appreciate that. And I do appreciate the Boy Scouts being out and learning some civics here and hearing some economic lessons, which I definitely appreciated too. Taxes are high. I know you do a real good job trying to keep it down. And again, a nickel for every dollar spent is doing very well for this township. We do appreciate the work that you're doing to keep our taxes down, even though we have assessments that have to be paid. We understand that everybody pays bills. So again, want to keep it quick and brief. I'm one of the residents that's out there. I'm also a professional. I follow you, even though I'm not here every meeting, because I'm out at meetings too, doing my thing at the different boards. But again, thank you very much for what you do, all of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Andrew, thank you for taking the time out. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Okay, thanks.
It's a very nice comment. Thank you.
Anyone else have any?
They do an unbelievable job too at DPW.
Yeah, they
It's
do.
really amazing. I have lived in different towns and it's never seen anything like it.
All you have to do is go from Shamong to Medford.
Lived in Medford for a year. I can attest.
Anyone else have any questions or comments?
It's completely turned over. It's all new faces, and yet the service continues.
Yes, sir.
There's ultimate legacy there that's really important.
Appreciate your comments. Okay, with that, we're going to close the meeting to public comment, and we almost made the 8:30, which is not bad for a full agenda. And we're going to ask for a motion for adjournment.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you coming out on such a cold night. Be safe going back. I didn't either.
I greeted the dog and everything like that. And then he ran and.
I didn't see him.